I think people change because you try to impress that person because you really like them. So you try to change your characteristics to kind of match what you think they want in the other person instead of being yourself because that's who they started liking in the first place.
People try and compromise for the other people in the relationships so that the relationship's healthy. If they did not compromise at all, then it would be arguments all the time, and that would cause lots of problems.
I think that you can actually change for the better or change for the worse, also depending on the person that you're being involved with, because I can possibly date a woman who's maybe is on this level, who has these higher standards, and that could also help me, you know, like step my game up. So I think that you can change for the better or the worse, because I've dated women who had high standards, and I was like, hey, you know what, I want to satisfy her. I need to really get on my job or just get my education or get my career together, and that changed me for a person as the better. But overall, I can also date a bad woman, someone who's not as high up, and I can say, well, dang, you know, her standards and what she does, it kind of makes me slack, because, you know, she's kind of lazy and doesn't want to do anything and always wants me to be with her. So by me being with this woman all the time, I could be unproductive and my day can be just nothing. So I think it could change for the better or the worse. It just depends on the person that you're getting into it with, and you need to know that person. But at the same time, you also need to know yourself before you get into this relationship. Or what happens is you'll get into the relationship. If you don't know yourself, you will allow this person to change you for their benefit.
From a boy to a girl, like if a boy's real sloppy and just kind of dresses in his like slacks and t-shirts, a girlfriend might help him improve on the wardrobe and he just might dress nicer.
I think that sometimes in dating relationships it gets to a point where people get into a comfort zone where they actually stop working for each other. And I think this causes everybody to kind of get stuck in that relationship where it won't evolve, it won't go anywhere. And you know, maybe this is one of the reasons a lot of people's relationships don't work out in the end, because you know you get so used to having that person there that you start taking them for granted, and eventually you just don't see yourself being with them anymore.
If you are not comfortable with each other, because obviously, like if I'm not comfortable with my girlfriend, there's no point to continuing with the relationship and wasting my time or wasting my life. Rather than like I would search for another girl with whom I can feel comfortable and I feel like I can spend my time with her. So suggest like to change relationship if you're not comfortable with each other. That's it.
Who just completely forgot about his friends. Like it was him and his girlfriend, and that's all that mattered, and it was them two together 24/7, and he didn't care about anybody else. And then after a few months they broke up and he tried to go back and mend their relationships, and it just was never the same because he disowned us like that, and how could he really be a friend? So that could happen.